I wish I could figure out how to write a story. That's something I want for myself. And I know it's possible I could get there. Maybe I'll take like a writing class or something, but that seems like a lot. Maybe it's not. Maybe that's what it takes. But look, I've I've read online about it, okay? I've at least done the minimum. I've Googled how to write a story or the different parts of a story. Some people say, just sit down, start writing, just every day type something. And I've done that before. Like on my website, peterdraws.com/wordles, I've got like 15,000 words there, but they're kind of aimless, formless. They're like I call them wordles because they're word doodles, right? They're kind of formless, shapeless blobs of words. And I like writing them. Sometimes I even like reading them, but I want something a little bit more structured. Maybe that's not how my mind works. I mean, looking at my other areas of my life, I feel like I have to sneeze, by the way. I hope that doesn't happen. Look at, like how my house is organized, how my, my progression through post-secondary school, like college, my drawings, so many areas of my life don't seem very structured. I think it should be possible. Like, it'd be so nice to write a story and then maybe illustrate it, like a little, even just a children's book, right? This is kind of what I've gathered after Googling how to write a book. Basically, of course, you need a main character, right? You need a main character, and maybe I haven't ever tried this, like diagramming the main character, like who they are, where they come from, their background, their personality traits and stuff like that. Maybe that is important. Maybe I'm just being too lazy about it, because you need to be able to know how they would react in any situation. I need to not pretend the main character is myself, probably. Maybe for the first story, that's okay, but every main character can't be me. That's a little literarily lazy. And so you have your main character. Feel free to give me ideas and instructions and tips, by the way, or correct me if I'm wrong. Main character, and then you have an antagonist, which, as far as I know, doesn't need to be some big evil person trying to destroy the main character. It can even be their closest friend or their mom, or maybe not even another person. Basically, this is just something that's some force that's holding them back or working against them, right? Because some stories are about only one person. I remember reading that book Hatchet when I was young, about that guy that gets stranded in the wilderness. I don't know who the antagonist is. Is it just the forces of nature in that book that he's striving against? Not sure. Or I do like those survival books. What's the other one called? My Side of the Mountain, the guy that gets stranded on the mountain. Maybe he's not even stranded. Does he go to town in that book? Huh. And then there's the sequel, right? The Other Side of the Mountain or something. Anyway, so you need a character, antagonist. I guess the character is the protagonist. And then you need like some problems or struggles. And I think what I've read is the key is that they don't overcome their problem on the first try. Maybe like the third try, then they figure it out. And everything that happens, like every quote unquote scene, I don't know if books have scenes, but maybe each paragraph, I guess books do have scenes, but every scene that happens should either advance the plot or develop the character, or ideally do both, right? There shouldn't be any scenes where neither of those things happen. And ideally both, a scene should always advance the plot and develop the character. Isn't that a thing called Chekhov's gun? I don't know if that's on TV tropes, but basically, like, if you like describe that there's a gun on the wall, right? You don't just describe it for no reason. Only point out that there's a gun on the wall if someone's going to use it later in the story. Something, basically, don't have any superfluous words. Let's see, what else did I read? But basically, even if I read a million different things like this, they say, these are like tips for writing a story. This is someone like explaining to me how to ride a bike. like telling me, Peter, all right, you're going to go sit on the bike. There's a little thing in the middle of the bike. It's kind of shaped like a weird heart shaped. It's called a seat, or more technically a saddle. You're going to put your butt on that, your legs down each side. Make sure the two big round things, the wheels, are on the bottom, so you have the bike right side up. And then in front of you should be these two handle-looking things. You hold on to those with your hands. And so no matter how much they describe it, you've just got to go out and do it at some point, right? And you might fall over if you don't have training wheels. But even when I go try it, I feel like, I don't know, maybe I feel like my bike is like stuck in really deep sand or something. But maybe I don't know if I've made any serious attempts at. Probably what I'm overlooking is the fact that most authors out there who have written good stories, right? They probably wrote a bunch of really crap stories first, and I haven't even written the crap ones yet. That's just, I mean, I'm not even taking my own advice, because even people who ask me about drawing pictures, I'm like, hey, just draw. Like, you're not going to make incredible art that you're proud of right away. You're not going to make, draw like Picasso or whatever right away. No one, not even, maybe Picasso always drew like Picasso because that's who he was. He never drew like anyone else. Anyways, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not even taking my own advice on knowing that you have to grow in your art and in your craft. So I'm just talking through it out loud here. But it can be discouraging, I know, whether you're drawing or writing or practicing the piano, knowing how good you want to be, and then comparing that to where you are right now. So I guess that's where enjoying what you're doing helps a lot. See, that's why I always liked drawing, even when I wasn't as good as I wanted to be. I always liked the process of drawing the lines. So I need to find a type of writing where I enjoy the process of just writing. Yeah. Anyways, I like this drawing. I was using that new expensive Namiki pen that I had traded some art for. It's been working really good. And I used I'm not in the sketchbook for this one. It's like some piece of cardstock paper, and it's a very wiggly, squiggly, swirly, kind of organic, and I put it like a big dark kind of, it looks like an ink splatter. Reminds me of how it looks if I ever drop a bottle of ink on the floor in the background of this drawing. So just a lot of really dense lines. Sometimes I get a little discouraged at myself for drawing stuff like this. Like, Peter, draw something a little more cohesive with like a more of a message or something to it, that people can look at it and they see something, right? Come on, Peter. But then I'm like, no, Peter, stop talking to yourself like that. This is okay. This is cool. You're trying to make your own art like other people's art or something. Because I only get the idea that my art should look like that because other people's art looks like that. So it's okay to enjoy my art looking like this. It's fine. And however your art turns out, that's also cool. Just have fun with it. Have a good time. And I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.